I'm super excited.
Yes, me
we
too.
have the queen of Japanese hip hop in the building, Awich.
Peace,
Welcome
how are
to
you?
VladTV.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thank
I'm
you
great.
for being here.
Thank
It's
you.
been a little bit since the last time we chatted.
I know. How you been?
I'm good, just working. How have you been?
It's the same. Just been working.
I feel you. How's Japan?
Japan is it's a little bit of like a mess because of the COVID.
Okay.
But it's coming together. It's coming together. But I've been doing, my own thing. Like I haven't stopped doing shows, my shows with like strict guideline through all this like COVID situation. So I think it's coming together. Like the work has been like paid off.
For sure. I was looking at your photos. They look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, how many people are you performing in front of? That looks like an arena.
Yes, that was my first like solo show in arena, which is named Budokan. And Budokan is in Japan has like a really it's been a place where people just like I don't know, like do shows to kind of like really start their stardom. You know what I mean? So for
Wow.
me to stand there, it was really profound for me.
Were you nervous?
Surprisingly, I was not. I wasn't really nervous because I've been like fortunate enough to have stood there before for different events. And also I've been doing like shows for other like bigger artists in Japan on the bigger stages. So for me to do Budokan wasn't like it was like fun. It was pure fun.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I would love to start at the beginning.
Hey.
I know you were born in Naha, Okinawa, Japan. Just talk about being a child growing up on the island of Okinawa. How was that? I know, you stayed up through the night writing poetry.
Yeah, I did. It's like the island is really a spiritual place. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot of people who like decides to live there because of like this powerful energy that they feel, like spiritual energy that they feel that exists in a little island. So I don't know, when I was little, I just felt things all the time. I haven't seen I don't really see ghosts, but I always felt something like, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't close my eyes at night. So I just kept like my eyes open and I stayed up all night long and I was just writing. Like it was like a poetry, diary, all kinds of things. I just kept on writing every night. So that's how I started like being a lyricist or a rapper or a poet. You know what I mean?
When did those poems turn into like raps?
When I was like 14 years old, I like encountered this genre of music. And then I started like making my poems into like rhyming words and then trying to spit it, like trying to deliver in the ways that those rappers are doing. So that's when I started to kind of think to myself like, yo, I could do this. I'm a rapper now. And I just started telling everybody I'm a rapper when I was 14.
Wow, you were in high school then?
I was in junior high school. I was
Oh, wow.
second grade in junior high school in Japan. Yeah.
Did you always know you were gonna be like famous or you were gonna be big one day?
I had contradicting like thoughts that I'm gonna be big and I'm gonna be like legendary on like, you know, one hand. On the other hand, I was like, oh, I ain't shit, I ain't nobody. Nobody really liked me. You know what I mean? I'm not going nowhere. I always had this contradicting image of myself. And that was like fighting inside of my head.
Where did that come from, do you think?
I feel like it comes from fear. Like it's like you want to be big, you want to be famous, but at the same time you don't. Like you're scared of being tested, or you're scared of the challenge, or you're scared of like being on the spot, and like you're scared of mistakes and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, that's something we all have, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Were you good at school?
Yeah, I love like studying. I like going to school, and like I was always like studying what I want to study. Like English, of course, was my thing. And a lot of people in Japan don't speak English. They can't speak English. And that's our problems. But I was like really fired. Like I was fired to study English. I don't know why, but somehow it really fit my thoughts. Like it really fit the way I wanted to communicate. So it just was like a fit for me. So it just was natural for me to study it and want to be able to speak it.
Yeah, I know you fell in love with Tupac when you were young.
Yes.
What was the first song you remember hearing from Tupac?
Ambition as a writer.
Hard.
Yeah. It was the first track of first disc of this like 2-disc album, All Eyes on Me. So that's one. Yeah, that's what I first.
What did you like about Tupac?
At first, the song, the voice, and his energy, but then I started to like really like look into his interviews and all of his like documentary movies. It was his like heart to give back to, you know, his people, the people around him.
Right.
And that was really like the most attractive part of him.
Definitely. Once you heard that first song, did you just dive into the rest of his catalog?
Yeah, this album, All Eyes on Me. I just like that was on repeat forever.
That's funny. Is there any projects that you like from him?
Any other project?
Or any other artist that you fell in love with, whether it's from the US or Japan?
I like a lot of different when I was in Atlanta, of course, I liked all the down south music. When I was there, it was like Soulja Boy, Franchise Boys,
Oh, for sure.
Lil Jon, and 36 Mafias. So all of the down south
For
music
sure.
when I was living in Atlanta. La Chat.
That's crazy. That was such a
La Chat all the
who
time.
is it?
La Chat. Yeah, so it was like really really Southern music. It was like I connected to it. I connected to their music because it felt like Okinawa. It felt I felt that Southern hospitality. And it felt similar to my home.
Definitely. First of all, I just want to talk about you relocating to Atlanta for college. How excited were you? What were you feeling? Because that's a big culture change.
Yeah. But I always wanted to, like, I don't know, like I grew up in Okinawa. Okinawa has a lot of military bases. Like a lot.
Right.
The little island, like, is like 20% of the whole island is like American soil. So it's like there's a lot of American people from all over the states, but in military and their families, like their wives and their kids and the people who work some base. So it was just all kinds of different people from America. So going to the States wasn't really like a big cultural changes for me. It was kind of like home, but bigger, like bigger scale. Everything was bigger. But so I always wanted to go to the States. It was just natural for me to like look up to that when I was like in school. So when I graduated high school, I definitely like it was just natural for me to just go.
What did your parents think?
My parents just like was not like they gave up on trying to convince me to stay because I've been saying that for a long time. Like I'm going to America, I'm going to the States, I'm going to the States.
Right.
Because I didn't know, but I just felt like something is just there. Something you can only obtain in the States or in America, you know.
I'm dead. How did the community in Atlanta receive you? You know, obviously you're a pretty girl from Japan. How did they receive you?
Well, they thought I wasn't from I wasn't Japanese. They never believed. Like I was on a bus one day, and you know, people start to talk to you, like, where you from? And I'm like, I'm from Japan. No, first I'll say something like, I'm from Okinawa. And they were like, Okinawa? What's that? And somebody would say like, oh, I know Okinawa. I've heard of Okinawa. It's from Karate Kid, right? And something like that. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, but you don't look Japanese. You don't look like your face don't look Japanese. And I'm like, yeah, I'm from Japan. And some people would say like, yeah, right. You ain't from Japan. And some, like, you know, people would say some stuff like that. People would think that people thought that I was Hawaiian. People thought I was like Latino. If I go to DMV, a lot of Latino people would come and talk to me in Spanish. But yeah, they didn't think I was Japanese. Never. Not even in the classroom, they didn't think I was Japanese. Maybe because
really,
they didn't think I was Japanese.
That's crazy.
Not even the teachers, because they had this stereotype of like what Japanese girl would act and speak, and I wasn't that, so they never thought I was Japanese.
So at that point, were you still rapping? Like, were you recording then?
Yeah, I was rapping. But not like, you know, not really like in a major way. Like I wasn't really, I didn't know what to do with my music. So I would just do little things here and there. I would go to like a spoken word event and open mic and just, just do a poem or poetry and things like that. But I wasn't really like doing big things.
For sure. What I know, you ended up meeting your ex-husband, right?
Yes.
How did you guys meet?
On the street. I was walking to the school. I was walking to the school and he was driving. He was like, and stopped. And I was like, I said, what? And he was like, where you going? And I was like, I'm going to school. And he was like, man, fuck school. Let's go somewhere. And I was like, no, I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. And he kept on like insisting. And I said, I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. And he was like, you funny. You really funny. You really want to go to school, huh? And I was like, I gotta go to school. And he was like, because my school was far. I had to take the bus and a train to go to school. And I was walking to the bus stop and he was like, yo, I'll take you to school. I said, you lying. No. He was like, no, I'm serious. I'll take you to school. And I was like, man, I'll be found dead somewhere the next day. And he was like, no, I'll take you to school. And so I just took a chance and got in a car. And he took me to school. And he took me to school every day after that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you guys start hanging out or he just took you to school?
We started hanging out. Because we were like, because I was drawing like tattoo design at that time for like all my friends. And we were talking about that in the car. And then he was like, I need a tattoo design for like my, for my arms or my back or something. And I said, all right, so I draw you a design. And we start hanging out because he wanted to see my sketchbooks and shit like that. So,
Aww, that's adorable. Did those tattoo designs become real tattoos ever?
Not the ones that I designed for him, but I actually like tatted. Like I was like doing an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop at Point in Atlanta. So I actually tatted my daughter's name in like Chinese character on his rib. Like a huge tattoo. Wow. I tatted on his body. But he was mad because I didn't listen to him saying when it hurt. And I don't have no tattoo on my body. So he was like, yo, you don't know the pain. Like you shouldn't tattoo other people if you don't know the pain of being tatted. So I quit.
I'm dead.
That was good.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason you didn't want to get tattooed?
I think. Well, I never got around to get it. I'm just particular. I think. I just think a lot, and I haven't decided on what to get yet. So it's just I might get it when I don't know. I might get it, I might not, but I don't know. I just at this point, like, being a rapper and don't have no tattoo is even like rare. So I like being rare.
I feel you. You ended up how long into it were you seeing him before you found out you were pregnant?
A year. 1 year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How was that moment? That's a very beautiful moment.
It was, but
how old were you?
I was 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a beautiful moment, and it was not at the same time because I had a record deal in Japan. And they were trying to like really, like really push me to be like this young female rapper slash singer, fresh and all this. But at first I didn't want to stay in Japan, and so I just broke out and left to the States. Like, but they wanted me to stay, but I didn't listen to him. So, and then I ended up being pregnant, so they were really mad at me.
Wow.
So, you know, we didn't finish our contract. Like, I just, you know, it was just like the end. The pregnancy was just the end of our contract.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was like 13 years ago. At that time, women being pregnant wasn't like, it meant the end of your career. It's sad, but nobody really doubted it. But right now, the time is a little different. Fortunately,
Right.
like women can like keep on working, continue with their career, being pregnant or not. So I'm glad that it's like that right now. But at that time, it wasn't. It was just, it meant the end of your career. So it was just done. So it was sad.
How was it?
It was sad and like also happy, because I was happy to have this baby. So it was mixed feelings.
Definitely. Real quick, how was it being signed to a label in Japan while you were in Atlanta? That, you know, I'm sure that was difficult by itself. I'm sure they wanted you in Japan, no?
Yeah, they did. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they been wanting to sign me when I was in high school. So I was signed to them when I was like 18, 19, and they were like, they were ready to push me, like really work with me after the high school, like after I graduated high school. But then I didn't really, like, I was stubborn, really, really stubborn, and like, you know, rebellious child. So I was like, I ain't gonna stay here. I'm not doing anything you telling me to do. And I just left and go to the States, you know. But they were like working with me for a while. Like, you know, like flying me back to do some gigs or to do some photo shoot or recordings, and then sending me back to the States and stuff like that. But then when I got pregnant, they were like, we can't with you no more.
That was crazy.
So, I was a problem too, I admit it. I was a problem child.
How was your pregnancy? How was your journey becoming a mother?
It was physically, it was great. I felt really good. But mentally, I was a mess. I was depressed because nobody was really supporting me. Not even my parents. Like, they were against me. And, you know, all the people who supported my career was against me. And my husband at the time was locked up. You know, up until like 3 days before the birth, he was locked up. So I was
God.
Yeah, I was by myself, literally. So it was hard.
You were in the delivery room by yourself?
No, he came out 3 days before. So like.
Oh, okay. Good.
Like he touched down right before the birth, but up until then, I was by myself.
Wow.
He came home right,
Yeah,
like
so,
just
you know,
right on time.
I'm glad he made it.
I know. We were so happy.
Oh. Talk about just having a daughter. Did you always want a daughter? Were you hoping for a daughter or son?
I don't know. I thought it was a son for a long time. We thought it was a boy for a long time. And, you know, just because of all this drama at the beginning of my pregnancy, I couldn't really do like regular checkups because there was just so
Oh,
much
wow.
drama. Like, but when I finally was able to get a good ultrasound, I was like 5 months, 6 months in already. So that's when I found out it was a girl. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, either way,
What was
if the baby was healthy, I was happy.
for sure? What was the drama?
The drama is like my parents telling me you can't have this baby, me having to tell my management that I'm pregnant, and they were like getting mad at me, and I was like, you know, in Japan to do some gigs, and I have to tell them, you know what I mean, and then coming back, well, my parents not wanting to like send me back to the States no more. And but I was just like, no, I gotta go. And I just got to the States and to find out my husband was locked up and just being depressed and still having to go to school and like get the work done because I really like I was depressed, but schoolworks was somehow my therapy. Like schoolworks was something that kept me like held me. I was holding on to kind of like tell myself I'm still like I still exist in this world.
Yeah, for sure. I know you got your bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship and marketing. What did you want to do with that?
I felt like if you know this knowledge, that like if you want to do whatever, like whatever you want to do, whatever I decide to do, in the future, I can make that into my living. Like I can make a living out of it. You know what I mean? And also like if it's helping me right now because I know the different parts of business. Like I know the different aspect. Like I study what parts consist, all the different parts that consist one project or a business, so I can appreciate all the people who are working for me. You know, for me to do this, to focus on what I do and what I can bring to the table. So that was really helpful.
Definitely. I want to talk about, I know, well, I'm so sorry to have to touch on this, but I wanted to ask first because, I have Asian parents. Was it difficult being in a biracial relationship and then obviously having a biracial daughter? Like to your parents?
Well, not really. Like if I was upfront about it, like I haven't, like if my husband was like not going in and out of jail, if it was like if he's not in trouble with the law, I don't think it would have been a problem. You know, my parents is really strict, but like it's understanding. But because I fell in love with a bad boy, that's the problem. That was the problem.
Right.
But being by
Was he
like
in the
having
street?
yeah, being in the street, that was the
Oh,
problem. But
sorry.
but having a biracial daughter is not hard at all. Like my experience is not, it's been really like delightful. And all my family, with all my family and my friends and with her school, like it's just really it's really a great experience. Sometimes I have to teach like teachers at school and like school system about being biracial or having like different cultural background. But that's like a eye-opening experience for them. And they appreciate me for like, giving them the information. So it's been like great. It's been really great.
I want to ask because I'm just so sorry this had to happen, but I know your husband was shot. What was going through your head? How did you find out, and what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
He was shot because of some problem that he had on the street, and then I found out through a phone call from his mother, and I thought like he was being shot like a month before too. Like he was like in and out of this like troubles situation for a while. So he was shot on the different parts of his body and survived a month or so prior to his actual death. So when I received a call from his mother, when and she was saying he was shot, I was like, I just thought that she found out about the different gunshot situation. Like I just thought that she found out about all this like other like prior troubles that he's gotten into. I was like, oh yeah, when? And she said, right now. Oh my God, the doctor announced, he was dead. So.
Oh my God.
And then she has to hang up the phone and like, hold on, I can't talk right now. I gotta go. And she hung up, and I was like, and I was just calling and just calling different people, cause I wasn't like around, like I was not near there when I was when that situation happened. So I was just really, really worried, calling everybody. And then also I was worried about my daughter, like where she was at, and she saw it, and what she's doing right now. And so it's just, I was really scared I was really scared.
Where were you when you found out?
I was in Japan.
Oh, wow.
So I flew back.
And your daughter was...
Yeah, my daughter was in the States. My daughter was apparently with my mother-in-law. So I flew right back to the States. Yeah.
Damn, I'm so sorry. How, do you know why that happened?
No. I mean, yeah, but it's just not. It was just a guy who he knew, who had altercation with before, and they thought it's being squashed, but it wasn't. And one day he came up to him and shot him.
Did they end up arresting him? Did he get arrested?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I'm so sorry, first of all. But I guess I'm wondering, was it ever dangerous for you? Just being with him? Like, that's scary to have have him be shot a month prior.
Yeah, like we've been shot shot at like at our house, like one day, and we have to like get on the floor, and I have to like go to my daughter's room to get her off the bed, and like on the floor and things like that. And then one day we found out that all our car's window was shot to like pieces.
Wow.
And the tire was shot and stuff like that. But yeah, I was young, so.
I was gonna ask how you got through that, because death is super tough on me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I can't even imagine, especially of a newborn. How did you cope? How did you deal with the depression?
It took me about like 2 years. It was just it helped. What helped me the most was like writing. What I've been doing since I was a kid. I would just write about how I feel, like why I feel. If I want to die, I would just ask myself like, why you want to die? Like, do you want to leave your kid by herself? And like, just ask me myself all kinds of questions and answer myself. So that was just my coping mechanism. I was just like if I have any feelings, um, it could be anger, sadness, like all kinds of feelings that I dealt with in 2 years. I just like ask myself about that feelings or emotions, and then just break it down one by one, and then I'll come up with an answer. Like I ended up with like just realizing that a really really simple thing, like life is really short,
For
and like
sure.
so if you want to die, you could die right now. But then if you don't want to die, what do you want to live for? What do you just want to go through day to day, like just go through the motions? Or if you don't have to live, but you're living, do something like, meaningful. Like do what you want to do. And that's when I decided to do like, of course I wanted to do music, but even more like I launched my own company to help Okinawa to like
Aw.
create different contents to bring out Okinawa or put Okinawa on the map. That's what I started to do when I was coming out of depression. Because another thing that helped me come out of depression was my father telling me like one day he told me, because I was living at my parents, after my husband's death. One day he was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I said, "What do you mean what I'm doing?" And he was like, "How long are you going to be like that?" And I was like offended. Like, well, how can you tell me? Because my husband died. Like, the person who I loved, like, passed away. And how can you ask me things like that? And this is what he said. He was like, in Okinawa, all of us lost our family members, our friends, the people who was important to us through, the war, the World War II. And it's not a long time ago. Like all of your family member, all of your elders has been in that situation, and we still live. We still do our things. Like we still are here, and we gave birth to you, and that's how you live. So if you're Okinawan, come up out of that shit. That's what he told me. So that's
Damn.
what gave me strength and like courage and determination to move forward. So I wanted to help Okinawa at first. So I launched my company and started doing like, content creation and stuff like that. But I was still doing my music. And so that's my music caught on to the crew in Tokyo named Yentown. And that's when
Yentown, I saw that.
yeah, Yentown. Yentown found my music and told me like, why aren't you doing music full time? And that's when I realized, like, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do this. And that's when my music career, my second music career started.
I was gonna ask when that happened. How long after you came back to Japan did that happen?
It's probably been like, it was like 6 or 7 years later.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
How I heard you say in an interview they were shocked to hear the music on your phone.
Yeah, they were shocked. One day I was in Tokyo for an event, and I was just talking to KZM, one of the rappers from Yentown, and he was kind of like, I heard you want to talk to me. What's up? I don't know who you are, but what's up? Type of shit, And I was like, I was really humble, because I loved Yentown. I look up to, as I thought they were really cool, and. And I was like, yeah, this is the song. I was just wondering if somebody can be featured on this song, and maybe you can do this with me. And he was like, all right, let me hear it. And when he heard it, it was this song called Crime, the first song that I did with a member of Yentown. And he was like, this is you? You did this? and I said, yeah, that's me. And he was like, let me call Chucky Zulu. Chucky Zulu is like the leader of Yentown. Let me call Chucky Zulu. And he called, and Chucky don't go nowhere. Like, he does not go out of his house. Chucky don't go nowhere. But when he heard that song, he came out like on that day. He came right out to come see me, and he was like, this is you? And I was like, yeah, this is me. And he was like, let's work together. You can use my studio. And it was just from there, we really moved fast from there. So it was a great memory. It was fun.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I think I heard you said in our last interview he pulled money from somewhere for you to work on the album with.
Yeah. So Chucky was really, really nice. Because I didn't he put the budget together right away to work on the album 8. So it was really nice.
That's awesome. And how did it feel being the only girl in Yentown?
It's fun. I'm the big girl. I'm the big sis. Everybody has to listen to me. I'm the boss. And I don't care about the
love
boys.
it.
I don't really care about the boys' bullshit, so I can skip all that shit. So it's fun.
Definitely. How much did they turn up your career? Was it like after that moment it was just go time?
Yeah, after that the Remember came out, Who Are You came out with the Anarchy.
Yeah, wait. Oh, I want to talk about Who Are You with Anarchy. 11.3 million views. Did you think that would go viral?
Yeah, we thought it would go viral somehow, but yeah, it really was a breakout record.
How was it recording that with Anarchy and then getting all the attention?
It was fun. It was really fun. Anarchy, we met in Okinawa at first. He was doing shows for, he was doing show in Okinawa, and I was I was already working with Chucky, and Chucky had already told Anarchy about me, so he knew about me, but he didn't know, he didn't even put my face and the name together. But when I walked up to him and said, peace, my name is Awich. And he was like, you Awich? Like, I've heard a lot about you from Chucky. And he put me on stage with him. Like, I get to perform on that day, and he was just like, he really liked my performance, and he was like really inspired to do a track with me from then. So from that, it just was just like really fast.
Definitely. What happened after Anarchy? Or after Who Are You? Sorry.
After Anarchy, now I'm a member of Yentown. Like, when I released Remember, the track, I was officially a member of Yentown. So that was really huge for me too. Like, I felt like I was always alone, like by myself. So for me to have a crew was really fresh for me, and like a crew in Tokyo on top of that was like really a really exciting time for me. And everybody was just so love and supportive, and they really like respect me so much. So yeah, from then I'm just receiving all the support and love, and we're here now.
I love it. Did you move to Tokyo then?
I have a home in Tokyo now, and in Okinawa. Okay. I live, like, I go back and forth because my daughter is in Okinawa.
How far is it from?
It's like a 3-hour flight.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, how was it balancing being a mother and then your rap career taking off? Was that difficult at all?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Maybe I have a rare case, but my daughter, she's a writer. She's a trooper. She always protect me when I'm busy. She'll tell people like, "Hey, my mother is busy. Don't talk to my mom." And like, she's a trooper. She's like being really supportive of my career. I love her so much.
That's so beautiful. How old is she now?
She's 13. She's about to be 14.
Oh my God.
Big girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Has she been doing music at all? Is she in the studio with you?
Yeah, we recorded like 2 songs. One song is out. The other song we haven't released yet, but it's a really good song. But she's not really into rapping. Like, she's not really into singing, but she loves dancing. That's what she do. Yeah, so I brought her out on the stage at my, solo arena show. She just killed it. Like, she's pow, pow, pow. She killed it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I'm sure the crowd went crazy too.
Yeah, she's gonna be big, like way bigger than me. She's gonna be a way bigger star than me. That is for sure. That is for sure. Somebody better sign her right now.
Real quick, I want to touch on your name. Awich stands for Asia Wish Child, right? Wish Child?
Yes, Wish Child. Yeah.
When did you pick up the Awich name, and talk about what it means to you?
When I was 14, I was like, when I was like starting to think that I'm a rapper and like I could do this, and I was like, oh, I have to think of a name. I have to think of my rapping name. And I was like, but I didn't want to go far away from my name. My real name is Akiko. In Japanese. It's like, in Japan, it's like a really, really regular name. So I couldn't just be Akiko. It's just gonna be a million Akikos. So I just took that name, and my Chinese character for Akiko is A for Asia, and Ki for wish, and Ko for child. And it's like a my parents named that for me to be a child that Asia has wished for, or something like that. So I wanted to take that, like I wanted to be true to that, and just took, I turned Akiko into Asia Wish Child, and then turned that, like I squished it, and then and then just took AWICH and just pronounced it Awich. And I told that to my friends at that time, and they hated that shit. They hated that name. They're like, what? What? Awich? A-H? What is that? And it's still hard. It's still hard to pronounce it or read it to this day. But every time I try to change it, somebody will pop out of nowhere and say, like, don't change it. I like that name. And I was like, okay. So we're here now. I'm not changing it.
For sure. 2020, you released Brainwashing with Dogma and Chinza Dopeness. That's a fire music video. I love your visuals.
Thank you.
Yeah, how was that moment?
That song was like really it was like a surprising record, because we just didn't, it was just one of the songs in the album. But as soon as we released the album, the streaming and, the numbers was really high on that song. So it was just like, we need to hurry up and make that video, and then it just became a hit. I don't know. It was just a surprise.
Do you know when your songs are gonna take off, or are they usually a surprise?
We usually know. But
Okay.
That was one of the rare case. It was one of the examples that we were surprised.
That video was so vulgar too. Who came up with the idea?
It just was it was the idea of the director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a really crazy director. He's always giving me ideas that is like out of this world. So
for sure. Are you still do you have, I'm sure you have fun with the music video shoots. Do you like getting glammed up and all that?
yeah, but music videos are really like hard work. It's really hard. It's just a long, like for the music video of Shook Shook, the song, I just was shooting for like 24 hours straight. Like we started we started doing makeups and stuff like that at 1:00 at night on one day, and then just finished at 1 a.m. on the next day. So we're just like straight up shooting for 24 hours. So music video could be
crazy.
Really like, you got to do some shit. Like you got to be like, naked in the cold weather and shit like that. So it's just really hard. But you just got to do it. For
sure. I love to see that it's all your songs produced by Chucky Zulu? Most of them?
In this EP? Not really. Two.
Oh, okay.
Two songs are by other producers.
What's the vibe in the studio with him? Do you guys just have like a certain energy?
It depends on the track, really. Like if we're making like party tune or like just danceable track, it's just fun. But if you're talking about like a track like Queendom or 44 bars, it's just really, really like heavy vibe, like serious and heavy vibe. But I feel like sometimes it's necessary because of the topic.
Definitely want to touch on Queendom, out now. I love the title. What inspired the title?
It just was, I felt like, I always was scared to like, I was afraid of the title queen, like being the queen or being the best of something. But I felt like at this point in my life, I have to take on that responsibility. I had to take on, just shed all the fears to really like be that one. And I felt like I could be that. And then for me to be the queen doesn't mean like I'm good at it, or it doesn't mean that I look cute or I look beautiful. It just feel like it means to care for the people. And in my queendom, I feel like, everybody can be themselves. And that's what my queendom means. And that's why I wanted to like communicate with my album. And that's why I named it.
I feel like I listened to the intro track last night. It's so motivating and inspiring. Like, how were you feeling recording that first song?
It felt really good, and also if it felt really difficult, but just because it was challenging for me to like spit out all my life story and kind of like simplify for people to understand what I'm trying to communicate. So it was a tough process, but it was rewarding.
Definitely. What songs are you most excited for from the project?
Queendom, definitely, because if I could do a track like that, talk about my life and inspire people, and for it to be like top, for it to top the chart in Japan, that's like really, it's like really like, I don't know, some new time. Like I feel like it's something new. It's coming. It's something unheard of in Japan yet. So Queendom it means a lot to me.
Definitely. What is one thing you want fans to take away from the project?
That just in my queendom, you can be yourself. You can, it's, I feel like everybody can really should listen to their hearts and find out what they want to do, and then be allowed to do it.
Definitely. I love it. Just talk about, I guess, obviously you're an international artist. Um, Talk about wanting to be more global versus just being known in Asia.
I feel like this time we live in, we are just like, the border is really meaningless. It's just something that made sense in an ancient time. Like it doesn't mean anything anymore. So for me to go global, it doesn't really, like, it just means that I could communicate with more people, period. And make them listen to, like, just make them, or like have them understand what I'm trying to communicate.
Definitely want to touch on your fashion. I love your fashion. I love your style. What inspires your fashion?
Body conscious. Definitely all the time. I really like working on my body to like just keep it in the way that I want. So it's just like I just want to show off my body all the time.
Are you super healthy?
Yeah, I think I'm healthy. I like being healthy. Like I strive to be.
For sure. What's your workout regimen? What do you like to do when you work out?
I just do squats and abs and my back and stretch. Really simple.
For sure. Who do you listen to when you work out?
I listen to chant. I listen to chant.
Oh, okay. I love that. Talk about, I know you were the new face of Nike Japan. I saw your post on about Nike Japan International Women's Day. That's amazing. Congratulations. How was that moment?
Um, it's really I feel honored to work with somebody who is really like um taking like innovation and like breaking, you know, like breaking ground, like breaking into newer, like, era or a time series. So it just fits. I think it's a fit.
How does it feel to see your face on there when it comes out? That has to be surreal.
What is it?
Oh, like when you see it come out and it's like big and you see it everywhere, like it has to be a full circle moment. You know, you grinded, you went through a lot to get here.
What is going to be a big
On the Nike ad.
Nike
Oh,
ad?
I'm saying like when you see like these campaigns come out and your face is on them.
Because it's going to be a
Like,
big campaign. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a big campaign. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like it's cool. But I'm still on the way to a bigger and greater thing. So I just gotta keep on moving.
For sure. What goals do you have?
I'm just gonna I wanna live in a mountain, in a castle, and I'll have my own village. There's gonna be a lot of children, and just gonna be like a long, I'm still gonna have a long hair, and everybody come and ask me about love and eros if they have questions. I'm gonna be like,
I wanna Oh, sorry, continue.
go ahead. What is this?
I was gonna say I said I want to come to the castle. I just wanted to ask like what upcoming projects you have with any US producers?
I do. I have it, but I don't know if I can speak on it yet. I don't know if I can speak on it. Cause you don't know. I just don't wanna talk about it and then not making it. So I just wanna just keep on grinding, and then when it comes out, you find out.
Definitely awesome. Was there anything else you want to let the people know? What are you most excited for?
I definitely I am working on like a couple of different things. So just be on the lookout for it. And then I have a Discord fan page, an international squad page, and that I will stop by from time to time so we could communicate there. Like we are creating international squad Awich of Awich children. So all my children, come to my page, and then we can link up. So, thank you always for love and support.
For sure. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I'm cheering for you over here. Let me know when you come to LA, please.
Okay, I'm going to Coachella. Going to see Coachella.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
Yes, maybe next year.
Are you excited?
I haven't. I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't have a gig at Coachella yet, so next year maybe. But I'm going to see this year.
Definitely. Man, well, I hope to see you soon. Thank you again for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.